This is Avalanche Insight.
Picked up by the Avs. Fires it towards an empty net. He scores!
Here's your host,
Down the ice.
Rachel Richlinsky.
Avs fans, what a way to start the season. A 5-3 victory over the Calgary Flames on opening night. I'd say that's pretty great, right? Well, now it's time for the first division rival game of the season as your Colorado Avalanche are taking on Central Division foe, the Minnesota Wild. Welcome to another edition of Avs Insight. I'm your host, Rachel Richlinsky. Now, 10 different Avalanche players finished with a point on opening night. Joonas Donskoi and Mikko Rantanen both finished with 2 goals, and we have got to talk some more about Mikko. He didn't skip a beat even after the crazy week he had. Check this out. On Friday, he flew all the way from Switzerland to Finland, signed his new deal Saturday night. He was back in Denver by Sunday night, then was at practice Monday morning. So you have to think, he's been all over the world. Surely he's still jet lagged. He's reunited with his teammates after being apart for months, and then on opening night, he was back in the game like nothing happened, registering his 9th multi-goal game of his career. Now, Avs fans, opening night was pretty special, and I have to say, as a girl who's from Louisiana, who had never been to a Colorado Avalanche game until last night, you guys really made a great first impression. And if you missed opening night, don't worry. We have all the action for you. Take a look up at Pepsi Vision for the sights and sounds from opening night. Thursday night was awesome, but it's time now to focus on tonight's opponent. Earlier today, I caught up with Altitude Radio's Connor McGahey to talk about what to expect when the Avs face the Wild tonight. It's time for Coffee Talk, presented by Dunkin'.
Connor, division rivalry night. The Wild are in town. Now, Minnesota has one of the more veteran groups in the league, while, of course, the Avs have a relatively young group. How do you think that's going to pair up tonight?
Well, it's interesting because it's 2 ends of the spectrum inside the Central Division. You talk about your 3 of your top 4 scorers last year, 34 years old. Of course, there was one difference in between. That's Mikael Granlund, who is at 26 years old. But those 34-year-olds, -4, and didn't have any points 2 nights ago versus Nashville. So they're towards the end, obviously, of what was supposed to be their run. Obviously, Suter and Zach Parise in year 8 of those deals. So youth has been an emphasis for Joe Sakic, and it really has shown through, especially with their trades, draft selections, and everything else.
Now, not a young guy, but new to the team in Joonas Donskoi. He's getting bumped up to the second line tonight. What impressed you about him on opening night? I know he had the 2 goals, of
Yeah.
course, and then what do you expect to see out of him tonight?
Well, the good part about Giannis Donskoy is that you can put him anywhere in the lineup, and that's one of the biggest assets of him. He's an undrafted guy, so he knows work, he knows versatility, he knows flexibility. So that allows him to go anywhere, and that gives Jared Bednar flexibility to put him where he needs to go if one line isn't going or one pair isn't going, so on and so forth. So we're going to start tonight with him on the second line, see how that goes with Kadri and Tyson Jost.
Okay, awesome. Let's do this.
Good luck.
For more on tonight's matchup and the Avs young defensemen, I'll send it up to Mark Mosier and Peter McNabb for your altitude update. Guys, take it away.
All right, Rachel, thank you so much. Well, Pete, here we are, game 2 of the season, and already into division rivalry night. A great night coming up here, and the Avs, well, they got a lot of good things going in game number 1, but how about those young defensemen? They really came through.
Mark, it was one of the most exciting nights, if you're an Avalanche fan, in a long time. You're looking at the young defenseman. Sam Girard, we know about him. This will be his 3rd year with the Colorado Avalanche. He was the best defenseman the Avs had last game. Absolutely outstanding. Makar, 10 games in the playoffs last year, his first regular season game last game. He is going to be a true force. But how about Connor Timmins? Hasn't played in 18 months, made the team in camp. What's exciting for Avalanche fans is that all 3 of these guys come October 20th, when Carr has his 21st birthday, they will all be 21 years old. The best hockey that they're going to play in the league is way down the road. These guys are unbelievable. The envy of the National Hockey League, and we get to watch them every night.
Yes, we do, and we'll watch them again tonight against those Minnesota Wild. Avalanche fans get crazy. It's division rivalry night, and we know how you feel about those guys. Let's get it on. Rachel, we'll send it back down to you.
Thanks so much, guys. Let's get to tonight's starting goaltenders. Devin Dubnyk will be between the pipes for the Wild. It's his 300th 300th game in a Wild sweater. And Philip Grubauer back in the net for Colorado. He stopped 27 shots on opening night, including all 14 he faced in the 3rd period to help the Avs hold on to their leads. And Avs DCP Midstream is going to donate $250 to local charities for every save Gruby makes tonight. All right, Avs fans, it's time for the first division rivalry game of the season. I saw what you guys were capable of doing on opening night. Keep that same energy here tonight. Avs Wild coming at you next.